Welcome to another edition of Damn TV with Damn Sam. Damn Sam here again. I've just thought of something I can talk about. So, last few weeks, I've been to look at a couple of insurance jobs, and I've got a daughter coming, a nosy daughter coming. You don't have to be that close to the camera, darling. Yeah. Why not? Why not? So I've had a couple of insurance jobs where I've had to go and look at some kind of flood damage. Easy. And we continue. So I've been to look at these flood damage jobs. One where this is an ongoing property, and I've had an email from insurers, which funnily enough is insurers that I've been in dispute with. So it's a strange old world, isn't it? That's a very different case. So this job, they've got a gully and kitchen. Their current kitchen, what they've got, their waste pipe goes into a gully which is outside kitchen, and the guy rents property out. What's been happening is, for some reason, water board, it's had a leak on it, and it's had a crack in it. I don't know ins and outs, but water board accepted responsibility. They should have fixed it, and they haven't fixed it, and it's been leaking underneath the kitchen floor, which is a slab. Now, it's a traditional built property, which is 110 years old, and the obviously kitchen's probably 80-year-old, because it was done when they got grants to put kitchens and bathrooms in. So it's that type of terraced Victorian property. Now, that water's been leaking under slab and underground for a couple of years, I think. So all that water's gone underneath. So what could happen potentially is hollers are created, and you could get like a well of water. It can undermine footings as well. But then what tends to happen is, because ground's saturated, then you've more of a chance of rising damp. Now we've put a quote in to hack plaster off and then put a new damp-proof course in, which is what we did on another damp-proof in another insurance job, which I think I put a video on. I think that were at Addick, and the insurance company didn't want to pay for a new damp-proof course because they're saying that it's going above and beyond. Now, it's wrong. They should put a damp-proof course in because it's a preventative measure. Now, both properties already had a damp-proof course in, but when it was put in, they drilled into brickwork, so it's pre-2000. So you're looking at sort of at least 20 years old, maybe 30, maybe 40 years old. And if it's that type, it's an old silicon type damp-proof course. They can tend to break down. So that's just if it's been installed properly. So this property, it's got water underneath slab, and it had got a damp tide mark on walls, which has just appeared in the last sort of year or so, and it were okay before that. So it's obviously linked to this water under the slab. Now, insurance companies emailed me today, and they've asked, for age at damp-proof course, which we can't tell them, but we can give them some clues. Because it's been drilled and injected into brick, we know it's going to probably be at least 15 and more years old. So that's been sent off to them. And then one of the other things, they wanted sizes. Now, the reason why they asked for sizes is because they must have some price per metre of how much damp-proofing is going to cost. Now, I don't work on a price per metre. I work on a price per job when it gets done to a bespoke, good standard. I'm not a contractor. I'm a a quality damp proof. So we go in and we know that it's going to be right. We're not getting paid per square metre. And I've had inquiries before as well of people saying, how much do you charge per square metre? Well, I don't. It's an individual job, and there's a lot of factors that gets considered in with the price, which is degree of difficulty getting to the site. So, you know, if it's an empty house, it's not as difficult to do as if it's furnished, if it's got someone in. And then if it's a top of an hill, and there's loads of things to factor into when you put in your price. Like when I had this done, bricklayer factored into price that we're on a big hill and he's got to cartload all stuff up, which probably added another day on, which I don't mind, because didn't many people would want to do that. So that's factoring in. But my point is, insurance companies, they have like a standard thing, what the standard things what they adhere to, and basically they just want to get cheapest price. So that's why they ask you to get 3 quotes, and they'll want to go with cheapest quote, even though it might be Joe Bloggs who's never done a damp proof in his life. It might be a plasterer that's plastered up a few damp proof courses but says, you know, yeah, I'll do it for £1,000. All the quotes might be coming in at, you know, £2,000 and £3,000. And then what happens then is, if it was wrong, you phone him up to come back and sort it out, and numbers gone or whatever, or he just won't come back. So them are your issues. It's black and white to insurance companies, get cheapest price. It's not black and white to homeowner who want it putting back as it was before, but with some quality. So this is an issue that we've put. This damp proof course is going to stop any water coming up from that point on, from when we put a damp proof course in, even if there's water underground, because we probably use damp check rods. But if we wanted to use creams, that's just as good, because we know that it's going to be installed properly. And like I said, other reason is putting that after a flood is a preventative measure. So you want to prevent, if it does flood again, that you're going to have to do as much work. So there's a white paper that's been brought out by PCA and a few other organisations, and it's all to do with sort of reinstating after flood and their recommendations, and we go by that. So we'll look at that, and a lot of that's to do with installing after flood, installing materials that, if it does happen again, you're not having to take everything off a wall, i.e., you know, don't put plasterboard on, which is a system that I like, but we won't put it on. We'd use another system that's a lot more hardy, a lot more that can stand test of time. And that's why, you know, I'll always have a report done, pay for a report doing, and put it onto your insurance. So we've had this report done. This is a credible report by a qualified surveyor, and this is his findings. This is findings that damp proofer that I got from Yellow Pages, works on his own, is a plasterer. This is findings that, well, my quote that I got off Sunday Middle. Which one do you want to go with? By the way, I still want that money claiming back on my insurance, because I've had a competent person tell me what system needs to be done, and I want to go with that system. Now, what do you think? And another thing is as well, I've had arguments with loss adjusters, and one famous argument was on one that we did at Addick, where I recommended that damp check rods be used and dry zone plaster, and insurance guy turned around and said, dry zone plaster is meant for brickwork. And he sent me an email, and I sent him one back, and I says, ask him to put it in writing for a start, that he said that, get him to put it in writing. I says, and then ask him where he's got his information from, because if he goes on Safeguard's website, they'll be able to see that it's been designed for older properties, stones, solid walls, and that sort of thing, and it tells you exactly what. but he was chancing his arm, this loss adjuster, and in the end we ended up doing the job anyway. So they could have saved a lot of time and probably expense, because you're paying for people's time when they're just shuffling papers and twiddling thumbs at insurance officers, and you could have saved that time by just getting go ahead. But my point is, yeah, always persevere, always get a second opinion, and always get a second opinion with somebody that's competent. So that's Damp Sam having a carling and a bit of, well, it's not a rant, but it's just hopefully giving you some advice about insurance companies. And if you do have to claim on your insurance for some kind of damp issues, flood issues, my email address is knocking about. Send me an email and I'll try and give you some advice, and I'll give that for free. So just send me a query and I can sort of, try and put my 2 pence in. And if it hopefully ends with you guys winning some money off of insurance companies, and getting your properties put back how it should be in a good manner, competent manner, then it's win-win all round. And even for insurance companies, they win as well, because they're not going to be having to come back and pay out again, are they? Happy Saturday, viewers.
Thanks for watching another edition of Damp TV with Dan Sam. Please subscribe and please like the channel and